I've worked really hard to maintain a relationship with my local animal shelter, so I was really happy when they reached out and called to tell me that there was a guinea pig at the shelter.
Hi, baby.
So I came over just to check her out. I was pleasantly surprised to see her in a decent sized cage, and she had lots of hay available and pellets, and the cage was relatively clean, so that makes me happy. What I was able to learn about her is that the family was living in an RV, but the RV, it broke down or something, and they had to surrender her along with 2 other cats, and so that's a really heartbreaking situation for them, and I know how it is. They said that this piggy was 12 years old, but the people at the shelter, obviously, and I agree, there's no way that this piggy is 12 years old, and they thought maybe they meant to say 12 months, which is a pretty big difference. What you got here? Okay, BB, let's take a look at this girl. So, yeah, the shelter said that the owner said she was 12 years old. I'm not getting that vibe. And then they said, they could have meant 12 months, which actually seems closer. If you look at her paws, let's see if we can... Come here, baby. She's very sweet. Here, let's look. The nails here are still very short and blunt and sharp and little. And let's see if I can get a good shot of... So even these nails, they're long, but you see how slender they are and dirty. But these are the nails of probably a 8-month to 1-year-old pig that has never had their nails clipped. But look, she's bald here and here. So we were if she was ancient, we were thinking, okay, well, maybe she's ancient and she's got ovarian issues. But if I look under here, and we don't want to miss... Oh, look at her feet. This is fungal feet. Let me see. Those feet are horribly dirty. But you see, look down here. Very small. Everything's small. There's her belly button. I don't see... Sorry, baby. I don't see the crusty nipples that you would see. They're dirty. She's dirty because, she was surrendered and she was in a very small cage for a couple days. But I see, and like let's look at her teeth. Okay. They're little. She's little. So it's hard to know. She's like a licky pig too. It's hard to know if, she's malnourished or if she's old. I think honestly she's about 1 year old or less. And she just needs some TLC. So what am I going to do? I'm going to give her an antifungal bath soak. I'm going to soak her for at least 5 minutes. Okay. Now, I think that it's really probably more mange, but I'm not seeing her itching either, so it could just be malnourishment. The only way to really know if she does have any ovarian or hormonal issues, well, if you get her in a stable situation and her hair doesn't grow back after a few months, then it could be a problem. But you'd really need a sonogram or an x-ray or a very experienced vet to feel. Now I'm trying to feel Now, a lot of times, piggies will protrude if there are ovarian cysts. They'll be extremely pear-shaped. And let's see. Let me look. And this is information that I've gleaned from Saskia. So I don't really see, like, it will be like comically won't like that. And I don't see that. Do you see that, BB? What do you say, bird? This is nothing new for you, huh? What do you think about her? She's pretty, huh? Tell her, say, you're pretty. Is she pretty, BB? I think she's very pretty. Yes. So, first I'm going to give her an antifungal bath soak, which is not something that you would want to do if piggies were itching extremely, because that can make them really itchy. So I think there's probably fungus here. Do you need to go to the vet and get a skin scrape? No. Don't waste your money. You gotta spend that money on veggies. Any guinea pig will tell you that. Why not? Why don't you? So there's a lot of dandruff. You know, Saskia would want me to look very closely to see if any of these spots are crawling. I really hope they're not. They would be wriggling. And I just see this as dandruff flakes. Anything moving? You guys see anything moving? Now, if they were, the lice that guinea pigs get is not contagious to people or other species. It is species specific. So yes, I guess in theory it could infect other piggies. I'm seeing this one spot right here, but it's just moving because of her breathing. But you would just use the lice shampoo. There's an entire lice information on the LA Guinea Pig Rescue. So she's going to get an antifungal bath, soak, and then maybe I'll apply a thin layer of cream. Right, any antifungal or athlete's foot cream will do. This is what I got right now. It's the clotrimazole. If your piggy was scratching terribly, you would want to treat for mange mostly, and you wouldn't want to do a bath if they were really itchy. You'd want to give potentially children's Benadryl, you know, like 0.3 a couple times a day. That can really alleviate some of this itching. So I do see skin issues. Then I will do one drop on the ear of the ivermectin. I'll probably follow it up with another drop after 3 days, and then a third drop after 3 or so more days. You could do it once a week for 3 weeks. Either way, it doesn't really matter. She seems a little out of it, although I was opening an envelope, some mail, and she started screaming because she thought it was some veggies. So I think, yeah, she just kind of has been in a crappy situation, but I think there is a chance for her to make a full recovery. So it's a little bit of a mystery, which we were not going to really know the answer to. That was a sneeze. So I want to keep an eye on her. I'm not seeing any crusty eyes or runny nose or anything like that. So that's just a one-off. But I'll keep a close eye on her I wouldn't be surprised if she had a respiratory infection, but I'm not seeing that. Let me listen. Let me listen to her breathing. You can often tell. Come here, girl. I don't hear any breathing issues, but what I did hear was a tummy that is digesting. So she is so cute. I'm going to need Valerie's help to give her a name. She's gorgeous. She's sort of like a charcoal black, but she has sort of like little flecks of lighter kind of orangey brown. So yeah, she's gonna get and some white hairs too. Hopefully it's not from stress. So yeah, we're gonna take care of her. We're gonna spoil her, and I'm gonna monitor her poops, her appetite, and I'm just gonna do the things that I would normally do for a piggy, potentially with mange or ringworm. And I'm confident that she can make a full recovery and be highly adoptable. We just have to see if this hair loss, the hair loss looks very mange to me. I can feel her ribs right here. I don't think that, like, it's in a line. I feel like bump, 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 bump. But I think that's something about where her rib cage ends. I don't think that's, the ovaries would be down here a little bit more. So, all right. Well, again, I just want to thank, well, first of all, 29 Palms, the Paws and Palms shelter out here for reaching out. It's really, we're overwhelmed. Most rescues are overwhelmed, but I still like to know. And I couldn't say no to her, especially with this hair loss. And then I want to thank the patrons and the channel members, because really, again, on a weekday, stopping everything, going to the shelter. She's the 25th piggy here at the house now, and I certainly couldn't do it without your support. So, in the comments, wish her a good welcome and a speedy recovery. I think there's a really good I've got high hopes. Look at this face. Oh. Okay. Hit that like button and subscribe. Then the algorithm will send you a message about updates. I will put right here, BB. I'll put right here the rescue playlist. It's not all the rescues, but it's a bunch of them. And with all your help, we've done a lot of good for these little guys that often slip through the cracks. Okay, I'm just going to cuddle her some more.